Welcome to the next in our series, Awesome Admin Tech Talks. Our platform edition today is focused on running a healthy environment on Splunk Enterprise. Tech Talks is a series of short webinars that are deep dives for technical practitioners. We value you, our customer, and want you to continue in your Splunk journey. Our experts help create these best practices, and we want you to leverage them in your daily role. Hello, I am Greg Daly. My role in Splunk is working as the Technical Marketing Manager, TMM, for platform technologies such as Splunk Enterprise, Splunk Cloud, and Data Stream Processor. I am excited to share with you the information about running a healthy environment, or how to check, monitor, and configure thresholds using available host and cluster tools in Splunk Enterprise. Today, I will be joined by another TMM for platforms, Ryan Allen. Ryan will be taking us through a demo today on the Rapid DAG feature later in this webinar. Today's agenda for running a healthy environment includes the following: how to use the monitoring console, how to configure thresholds in health report monitors, configuring and running rapid DAG jobs for advanced debug of cluster, host, or Linux system issues. As I mentioned before, my colleague in TMM Platforms, Ryan, will be taking you through setting up and running rapid DAG jobs. We will then cover some additional resources we make available to Splunk users and the community at large. Why do Splunk administrators need to understand things like the monitoring console or health reports, or the cloud monitoring console, CMC, in our Splunk Cloud platform? Data reliability starts with a healthy environment. There are a lot of moving parts, a bunch of comp files to manage, and many service points within your cluster, from search heads and indexers, or clusters thereof, to deployers, deployment servers, and forwarders of both universal and heavy type. Ensuring the health of your Splunk environment means better data reliability, faster time to discovery, faster time to action, and faster time to resolution of critical IT and business processes and problems. Failure to maintain a healthy set of systems will result in data loss, loss of data fidelity, and downstream data problems, especially with automated workflows. What is the monitoring console? The monitoring console is Splunk Enterprise's monitoring tool. It lets you see detailed topology and performance information about your Splunk installation and underlying systems and hosts. The available dashboards provide insight into the following areas of your deployment or instance: search performance and distributed search framework, indexing performance, operating system resource usage, Splunk app key value store performance, search head and indexer clustering, index and volume usage, forwarder connections and Splunk TCP performance, HTTP event collector performance, or HEX performance, and, very critically, license usage. You can locate the monitoring console under the Settings pull-down menu, and then clicking on the monitoring console icon. The monitoring console is available on every Splunk Enterprise instance, along with the cloud monitoring tool, which is available on every Splunk Cloud instance. For Enterprise, monitoring console is available no matter your configuration, standalone, or a full-blown cluster. The main purpose of the monitoring console is to find answers to common problems within your standalone or clustered Splunk environment. docs.splunk.com has excellent step-by-step instructions helping you through the configuration steps, including detailed instructions on how to set up the monitoring console in a distributed environment and accessing default platform alerts. You can easily access important system and application information through the monitoring console and enable a rich source of information about your Splunk deployment. With the monitoring console, you can quickly investigate reports of problems from your Splunk users, such as the classic "my search is slow," to admin support issues like which Splunk search heads are online and available to accept search jobs from the distributed search captain. Health check. Let's start with the health check tool. Select Health Check from the Monitoring Console menu to pull up the tool that allows Splunk admins to perform comprehensive health checks on any Splunk environment. First, when you have just brought online a new build of a Splunk instance, or you have not run the health check in a while, please start your health check process by updating health checks. Log into your Splunk account and install the latest version of the health checks on your Splunk instance. You will notice the button Update Health Check is grayed out once you have the updates loaded. You do not have to reboot host or restart Splunkd services to use the updated Health Check app. Always run the latest version of the Health Check app to get the best diagnostic results. After updating the Health Check app from Splunkbase, go ahead and click Start, and the wizard will run an array of health checks on your Splunk index. All common configuration issues and best practices for Splunk architecture and hardware provisioning are covered by the Health Check wizard. Splunk requires an array of components to function properly to ensure data reliability and the availability of your search data. Ensuring that your Splunk environment is running properly is critical to the success of your Splunk deployments. The Health Check wizard will inform Splunk admins of issues concerning hardware provisioning, data hygiene, queue and indexing, integrity of installed Splunk files. Ensuring Linux Transparent Huge Pages (THP) is turned off on all Splunk indexes. Remember, due to the way memory management units (MMUs) work with huge memory pages, without THP turned off, you will see a significant degradation in search performance. It is up to a 30% loss in machine performance without THP disabled. You also check for skip searches, and of course that is critical to ensure data and search product fidelity downstream. You can also find orphaned knowledge objects. This is a critical diagnostic as, for example, searches that refer to an orphan lookup definition may not work. If you find orphan objects, use Settings, All Configurations, Reassign Knowledge Objects tool as soon as possible to correct permissions and/or role assignment issues. I cannot overemphasize how important correctly managing orphan objects are in your Splunk environment. It is critical you manage this space accurately to prevent failed search jobs, loss of enrichments, or downstream data compatibility. Now let's take a look at another part of the management tools, Health Report Manager. Health Report Manager allows Splunk admins to enable or disable and set custom thresholds for a list of features monitored by the health check. You can set feature-by-feature thresholds to tune Splunkd health checks from checks on the indexers, indexer clusters, and the buckets on the indexers to various health aspects of searches and the search head captain, such as SHC_captain_connection, critical for dispatching search jobs, search_lag, and search_skipped. If you select Edit Thresholds, under the feature SHC Captain Election Overview, you will reveal the health indicator dynamic_captain_quorum. This indicator tracks whether the quorum majority required to re-elect a dynamic captain has been lost. This is a fancy way of saying, is there enough search heads active and connected in the search head cluster to perform a dynamic captain election? The SHC relies on the captain for several distributed management tasks. Pay attention to the specific details regarding static versus dynamic captain roles. This health alert is required in dynamic captain configurations, but it can be disabled if you're using a static captain or if your deployment is using a static captain for disaster recovery purposes. By clicking on the feature replication_failures, you can set custom stepped alerting levels, red and yellow, for replication failures. By default, if 10 consecutive replication errors occur, the status will go to red. If 5 consecutive failures, yellow. Bucket replication issues can be caused by networking issues, impeding bucket replication caused by a switch port misconfiguration or a NIC teaming error, or maybe simply a firewall connectivity issue between indexers. Replication issues can also be caused by missing or corrupt TS-IDX files that require a rebuild. Or the replication issues can be caused by problems with disabling and re-enabling indexing peers. Let me turn it over to my partner in data, fellow TMM supporting platforms, Ryan Allen. Ryan is going to take us through a demo of setting up and running the Rapid DAG tool. Take it away, Ryan.
Thanks, Greg, and thank you all for tuning into our session today. Rapid diag is a great tool for collecting all the data needed to troubleshoot your Splunk deployment. Using this tool can save you a lot of time, especially as your deployment becomes more complex. Rapid diag collects key diagnostics across your hosts and packages them up so that you can easily share them with your internal teams or Splunk support. It takes away the heavy lift of ad hoc data collection and will give you a head start triaging and fixing issues. A quick side note, it's available for all Linux-based Splunk deployments with Enterprise 8.1 or later. So let's take a look. Here I'm running a single standalone Splunk instance, and we can find Rapid diag under Settings. The first thing to note here is these task templates. They represent common troubleshooting scenarios that you might be dealing with on your deployment. They're comprehensive and they cover things like cluster issues, data issues, indexer issues, networking, performance, searching, and storage. These tasks will run tools on your host to collect the necessary data to debug particular situations. You might be able to tell that under the hood, these are using tools that you probably already use today, things like netstat and TCP dump. The great part is we can trigger all these tools to run on our hosts with the click of a button. We can do that easily across a large range of hosts easily. So before we demo collecting data, let's take a look at the reference guide. So here in the guide, we have an overview of Rapid diag and the tools that it implements. It implements a mix of third-party tools like TCP dump and netstat that we mentioned earlier, and Splunk diag, which collects information about your Splunk configuration. Because these are third-party tools, you need to make sure that they're installed on all your hosts. For that, there's an easy dependency checker built into the guide here. We can run that now. So we can see that I'm missing one of the tools needed on my host. So let's quickly resolve that. I'll SSH into my box, verify my Linux distribution that I'm using, and follow the appropriate instructions to get these tools installed. So strace, we have a yum install, downloaded to my host. Let's rerun the dependency checker to validate. Okay, great. We have all the tools needed on our host for Rapid Diag to run. But before we get started, a word of caution. Take the time to read the doc and understand what these tools do and collect. Certain things like system trace can significantly impact the performance of processes on your instance and create very large files, upward of a gig per minute. Make sure you understand these tools and the capacity of your instance or instances before running this test. You don't want to impact active users by running Rapid Diag. So let's get started. We'll go back and we'll take a look at our task templates. So I'm currently hacking data from my local laptop up to this Splunk instance. Let's say that I'm having intermittent issues collecting events on this instance from the heck port. I might want to do a network diagnostic. I'll select my instance. It's a single node in this case, but it could be multiple if you have a more complex deployment. And I'll select network transmissions, and we'll start collecting. Some configuration here. I'll adjust this to be the port 8088 for our heck port, and I'll downsample this for the sake of demo. And that's it. We can start collecting. Okay, great. So our network diagnostic has successfully completed. We can see that the TCP dump, netstat, and stack trace all individually completed. And the output from those tools was stored in an archive on our instance. In reality, you would probably want to SCP this up to a centralized location for further analysis, but in this case, we'll untar it so you can take a look at the output on our instance. So we're in the network or the Splunk Rapid Diag directory on our Splunk instance. We'll go into the directory of the run, and we can see the output from these various tools. In here, we're going to have all the metrics and data needed to triage what's going on with our instance. And we'll poke into one of these to have a look. So we have a netstat output. So this now can be easily shared or even splunked on a separate instance to triage what's going on. So Rapid Diag is a great tool, takes a lot of the overhead of data collection off your shoulders, lets you focus on triaging and fixing your issues, and it scales really well to run all these tasks across a large range of hosts, all in one go. So I hope you found this helpful, and I wish you the best. Happy Splunking.
Additional resources. We encourage everyone in the Splunk community to continue your Splunk journey. There is a plethora of resources available to help guide you through various processes, workflows, and tasks within your Splunk environment. We highly encourage Splunk users and admins to attend Splunk training and get certified. Remember, docs.splunk.com always has detailed, often step-by-step instructions on a variety of admin and searchability topics. Go to docs.splunk to get more information and guidance on using the Monitoring Console, Health Report Manager, or the Rapid Diag tool. Keep up with the latest information through our blog posts, on YouTube, and even our Twitch channels. There are available Splunk-based apps to assist you with things, making sure your Splunk environment is ready for the next upgrade to the latest, greatest version of the platform. And of course, we have a library of demos ready to be accessed so you and your Splunk team can train and keep up to date with the latest features and improvements to the Splunk platform. We invite you to continue the conversation on community.splunk.com and answer.splunk.com. These sites allow for questions, answers, and in-depth discussions on practically any Splunk-related topic. The community is strong, and you will engage with subject matter experts, including our own Splunk engineers and security practitioners, as well as the awesome Splunk Trust community. Thank you for attending today's Tech Talk. Thanks to Ryan Allen for helping me out today in presenting the various aspects of keeping your Splunk environment safe and healthy. Thank you, and have a great day.